So, good day to you, everyone, and good day to you, Ma'am Tulio. We will present our debate, which is the site of the first mass, Limasawa or Batuan. So, to start it off, Limasawa, or formerly known as Masawa, is an islet that lies in a latitude of 9 and 2/3 degrees towards the Arctic Pole and in longitude of 162 degrees from the line of demarcation, as described by Pigafetta. It is one of the islands that is heavily assumed to be the site of the first mass due to its proximity to islands like Homonhon, as it was hypothesized by Pigafetta that Magellan and his men went to Limasawa after their rest and commenced the first mass on the last day of March 1521, which was declared as Easter Sunday as we know today.
Contrast to the previous claim, Butuan offers a strong historical case as the true site of the first Catholic Mass in the Philippines. Historian Dr. Potenciano Malvar, in his book Beyond the Pale Limasawa Hoax, argues that the Mass held on March 31, 1521, took place near the mouth of the Agusan River. His research draws from Pigafetta's chronicles, Magellan's navigational records, and the Spanish royal contract, all pointing to Masawa being more consistent with Bituan than Limasawa. This challenges the traditional narrative and calls for a reassessment of our historical understanding.
For the Limasawa, in March 1521, Magellan's expedition first met native Filipinos at Masawa Island, recorded as Mazawa by Antonio Pigafetta. On March 31, Easter Sunday, Father Pedro de Valderrama held the first known Catholic Mass in the Philippines there. The island was under the rule of Raja Kulampu and Raja Siwawi. Welcomed Magellan and his crew, sealing friendship through celebrations. Archaeological finds and navigational records confirm Limasawa as the site of the first mass. Today, Limasawa in southern Leyte is a small island municipality with 6 barangays. It is officially recognized as the location of the first mass, and Magellan also planted a cross on its highest peak before sailing to Cebu, the center of early Spanish-Filipino encounters.
In conclusion, archaeological evidence shows that Butuan was a center of gold working from as early as the 10th century, with discoveries of worked and unworked gold allowing with clay crucibles and tools used for processing ornaments. The Butuan ivory seal dated between the 9th and 12th centuries and inscribed with the word Butban in Kawi script further proves that Butuan practiced organized trade and governance using official seals for documentation and identity. Excavations also revealed over 100 clay crucibles and additional gold processing implements, confirming the existence of a local industry dedicated to gold ornament production. Alongside this, trade goods such as Chinese, Cambodian, and Thai ceramics glasswares from the Iranian plateau and metal objects of iron, bronze, and gold were uncovered, showing that Butuan was deeply connected to international trade route through the maritime Silk Road. Finally, the discovery of the Balangay boats in Butuan, dating from the 10th to 13th century, highlights the community's advanced boat building and seafaring skills, which allowed it to thrive as a powerful maritime trading hub.
You can see the evidence provided points to Limasawa as the site of the Easter Sunday Mass. Pigafetta's accurate coordinates of Mazahua perfectly aligns with Limasawa, and Albo's logbook it verifies that the route taken by Magellan's fleet through Leyte and towards small island before Cebu. And that is the reason why the National Historical Institute of the Philippines has officially recognized Limasawa as the location where the first Mass in the country's history was celebrated. And it demonstrates a careful and critical approach to historical analysis. It's equally important to continue examining this situation because history is about ongoing exploration, weighing evidence, re-examining perspective, and having a better understanding of the past.
The debate over the true site of the first mass in the Philippines remains unresolved, with Butuan offering compelling evidence that challenges Limasawa's long-standing recognition. Historical accounts, archaeological finds, and alternative sources suggest Masao in Butuan may be the actual location. While official institutions still support Limasawa, the case for Butuan urges to continued research and openness to new discoveries, emphasizing that history evolves through inquiry and evidence.
Okay, so everyone, you may now ask the questions you want to ask to the following group and what the following group wants to ask to you as well.
Okay. For my first question, what is the Butuan tradition regarding the first mass in the Philippines?
Uh, the Butuan tradition, which is regarding to the first mass in the Philippines, is the Butuan tradition claims that the first mass was celebrated on Easter Sunday in 1521, and it was also near the mouth of Agusan River in Butuan, Mindanao. And this belief was widely accepted for over 3 centuries, and it was also commemorated by a monument erected, which was in 1872.
Okay. For my second question, what geographical evidence contradicts the Butuan claim?
Uh, the geographical evidence that contradicts the Butuan claim was that uh, Pigafetta and Albos, well, they described that Mazawa was an island, and it was also a hill. It had a hilltop view with surrounding islands. It was also a riverine settlement with no such geographic features, which made it inconsistent with their descriptions.
Okay. Lastly, why did later historians begin to question the Butuan tradition?
Uh, the later historians began to question the Butuan tradition because the scholars re-examined the primary sources such as Pigafetta's account and Albo's log. And then these sources placed the Easter Mass on the island of Mazawa, which was identified pala to be with Limasawa and not Butuan. For my question for Limasawa is, what official recognition does Limasawa have regarding the first mass?
Uh, the Philippine National Historical Institute officially recognizes Limasawa as the location of the first mass celebrated on Easter Sunday in 1521, reflecting careful analysis of historical and geographical evidence.
Next question is, what historical evidence supports Limasawa as the location of the first mass?
Um, there is historical evidence such as the Magellan Expedition journals by Francisco Albo and Pigafetta, which coincide with Limasao's geographic location and topography. Archaeological evidence such as religious objects and pottery fragments dating back to the early 16th century also supports this claim.
My last question is, how does Limasawa geography align with expedition records?
Uh, they align because of the navigational data such as coordinates and descriptions in expedition journals, which coincide with the Masawa size, location, topography, unlike other claimed sites.
Okay, so let us pray and that's all. Thank you.